Good morning. So today I'm going to discuss some numerical examples from previous university question papers. So this is a special video session apart from the regular classes. I'm going to start the portions on dynamics, that is module 4 and 5, answering the questions of January 2021 University question paper of Kerala Technological University, the portions of dynamics. So I'll discuss both the questions in part A as well as the questions on part C. Part A is fully A part questions, 10 questions. Part B from module 1 and 2, and part B, module 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. So module 4 and 5 as well as part A questions will be from the dynamics portions will be module 4 and 5 will be discussed in the upcoming videos. So I'll start with the questions from part A. The part A, the question number 7. So part A, question 7 for 3 marks. I'll read the question and the questions will be given to you in the description box. The angular acceleration of a particle alpha 5t radian per second square. Determine expression for angular velocity at any time instant t of the motion if the particle starts from rest. So the question is, the angular acceleration alpha is given by 5t. Alpha is equal to 5t. We are asked to find out the angular velocity at any time t. The particle starts from rest. So initial angular velocity is equal to 0. So this is the question. Okay. At t is equal to 0, the initial velocity is equal to 0. Now, angular acceleration, this is angular acceleration alpha. What is angular acceleration? It is d omega by dt. Rate of change of angular velocity is given by angular acceleration. So we can make use of d omega by dt, that is equal to 5t. From this we can write d omega is equal to 5t dt. So integrating both sides, integral d omega is equal to integral 5t dt, or we can write omega is equal to 5 t square by 2 plus a constant of integration, say c1. To evaluate this constant of integration, at t is equal to 0, we are given omega is equal to 0. Initial velocity is 0. So this is 0 is equal to 5 into t is equal to 0 plus c1. Therefore I can write c1 is equal to 0. Therefore angular velocity, the expression angular velocity omega is equal to 5t square by 2, or that is equal to 2.5 t square. This is the answer to the question. So simple. Okay, we get 3 marks. Move on to the second example. That is question number 8. A force of 300 Newton acts on a body of weight 500 Newton. Find the acceleration of the body by using D'Alembert's principle. So question number 8. A force 300 Newton. F 300 Newton acts on a body of weight 500 Newton. So the weight of the body is 500 Newton. Find the acceleration. Find A. It's very simple one. We know F is equal to mass into acceleration, but the question is find the acceleration using D'Alembert's principle. So what is D'Alembert's principle? See, I'll explain the D'Alembert's principle first. A body of mass m, see, it is acted upon by a force F. Due to this action of this force, the body is moved in the direction of the force. So we can have, first of all, mark the direction of force. I will mark the direction with a, so this is the direction of motion. Okay. So together with all the external forces, you apply an inertia force opposite to the direction of motion. So on this body, you apply inertia force. We apply inertia force m into a opposite to the direction of motion. So this is called Fi. We apply the inertia force which is numerically equal to m into a but opposite in direction. Apply the inertia force opposite to the direction of motion so that the body is in now dynamic equilibrium. We call the body is in dynamic equilibrium, so that we can apply all the principles of statics. Sigma x, fx equals 0, sigma fy is equal to 0. Okay, so the D'Alembert's principle, if you apply to this problem, this is the body of weight 500. So mass is equal to weight by acceleration due to gravity, 500 by 9.8. Now, this is subjected to a force of 300 Newton. So, this is 300 Newton is the actual force acting on it. So, along with these two, F and W, you apply inertia force opposite to the direction. What should be the inertia force? Mass into acceleration, 500 by 9.8 into A. We don't know the value of A. Now you simply apply. So now this, you can forget about this problem. This is subjected to a mass, subjected to 300 Newton from this side, and we are applied an inertia force 500 by 9.8 into A into opposite direction. Consider sigma h is equal to 0. Sum of all the horizontal forces is equal to 0. 300 Newton towards right, so positive. This is towards left, so minus 500 by 9.8A is equal to 0. From that we get A is equal to, and the answer for A, we'll get it as 5.88 meter per second square. So this is the application of D'Alembert's principle. Together with all the external forces, apply an inertia force opposite to the direction of motion. The system will be in dynamic equilibrium. That is the law, and this is the application. Then, question number 9. A body performing simple harmonic motion has an amplitude of 1 meter and period of oscillation 2.05 seconds. Find the velocity and acceleration of the body 4 seconds after passing the mean position. So let us write down the data given to us. For the question, it is given, question number 9. Amplitude. Amplitude is represented by R, 1 meter. The period of oscillation T is given as 2.05 seconds. Period of oscillation 2.05 seconds. And you are asked to find out the velocity and acceleration of the body at t is equal to 4 seconds after passing mean position. So the body is executing simple harmonic motion. So these are the data given. You are asked to find the velocity and acceleration. So let us see how you find out this. Given the period of oscillation, period. So from that we can get the period of oscillation, time for one complete oscillation. If omega is the angular velocity, omega times t is equal to nothing but 2 pi radians. If angular velocity is omega, if t is the period, velocity into time will give you the total angular displacement. So omega into t is equal to 2 pi. Therefore, we can get the angular velocity omega is equal to 2 pi by t. So if the period is given, indirectly you can find out it is a mention of the angular velocity. So 2 pi by 2.05, 3.06 radian per second. Now, what about the angular displacement? Angular displacement theta is equal to omega t. T is after 4 seconds we are fine. So in 4 seconds the angular displacement will be 3.06 into 4. So that works out to 12.24. Seconds, 12.24 radians. 25. So 12.24 radians. Now, they are asked to find out the velocity and the acceleration. How will you find out the velocity? And we have the expression v. Let's find out the x. The displacement x is equal to r sin omega t. X is equal to r sin omega t, or that is equal to r is equal to 1 meter, 1 sin the omega t is 12.24. This 12.24 should be in radians. You convert it into mode of the calculator to radian mode. 1 sin 12.24 will give you the displacement minus 0.31 meter. Then velocity v is equal to, you can find it in two different ways. Either x is equal to r sin omega t, so v is equal to omega into r cos omega t. So omega 3.06 into r cos omega t is 12.24. This will give you the answer as 2.91 meter per second. Or the velocity can also be found out by this equation. V is equal to omega into root of r square minus x square. Either this way, or v equals omega into root of r square minus x square. Omega is 3.06 into root of r square minus x square. X is minus 0.31, squaring it will not make any difference. That will also give you the value of 2. So either you can make use of this r sin omega t, omega r cos omega t, or this expression. You are asked to find out the velocity. Next is acceleration. Acceleration is equal to omega square x. So omega square x is 3.06 square into 0.31. Omega square x is equal to 2.9. It's minus omega square x. So this will become positive. Minus of this minus 2.9 meter per second square. Or from this you can again write omega square into r sin omega t. That is the same as omega square x. So it's a simple example. You have to just remember this expression, x is equal to r sin omega t. And to find this value of angular velocity omega, you are given the time period t. And omega into t is equal to 2 pi. Omega equals 2 pi by t. Question number 10. A solid circular disc of mass 10 kilogram and radius 0.3 meter is rotating about its center with constant angular acceleration 10 radian per second square. Determine the torque acting on the disc. So question 10. A solid circular disc. So it's a circular disc. Mass is equal to 10 kilogram. Its radius is equal to 0.3 meter. It is rotating about its center with constant angular acceleration. So angular acceleration alpha 10 radian per second square. Asked to find out the torque. So torque T is equal to I alpha, where this is the expression that is similar to force is equal to mass into acceleration in linear motion. In circular motion or in rotary motion, similar to the force, the term is torque. And where we use mass, so F is equal to ma, linear motion. Corresponding to the force, the term is torque. Corresponding to the mass, the term is mass moment of inertia. And linear acceleration, we use angular acceleration. So T is equal to I alpha, where I is the mass moment of inertia of circular disc. For mass moment of inertia of circular disc, I is equal to mr square by 2. The mass moment of inertia of a circular disc is mr square by 2. So it's equal to 10 into 0.3 square by 2. It's 0.45. Therefore, T is equal to 0.45. This I alpha is 10. So it is 4.5 Newton meter. So with that, we have discussed the questions in part A. All these questions carry 3 marks. Now I pass on to the full length questions, part question from module 4 and module 5 in the next video.